If you're an American thinking about retiring to Panama, there's one question that stops people before they even start looking. What happens to my Social Security? Do you lose it? Does it get taxed differently? Does the government even send the check down there? I'm going to answer that directly with the actual rules, not what someone heard on a forum.
So let me give you the short version first, and then I'll walk through every piece of it, because the details are where people get tripped up.
The short version, yes. You keep your Social Security in Panama, the full amount. The government sends it. You don't lose $1 for living there. Now stay with me, because that clean yes comes with 3 things you have to get right, and one expense most people don't see coming until it's too late.
Part 1. Panama is a yes country. Here's the thing most people don't realize. Social Security doesn't treat every country the same. There's a short list of countries where the U.S. government will not send your payments. Places like Cuba and North Korea. If you live there, the checks stop until you leave.
Panama is not on that list. Panama is on the green light list. That means the Social Security Administration will pay you in Panama the same way it pays you in Florida. Same benefit, same schedule, no penalty, no reduction, no foreign address haircut.
Let me say that part again, because it's the part people get wrong. Your payment amount does not go down because you move to Panama. If your benefit is $2,000 in Miami, it's $2,000 in Panama City. Living abroad doesn't shrink the check. So the fear that you'll lose your Social Security if you retire to Panama, that's the forum myth. It's not true. Panama is one of the easiest countries.
Part 2. How the money actually reaches you. Okay, so the government will pay you. The next question is the practical one. How does the money actually get into your hands when you're living a couple thousand miles south? You've got 2 ways to do it.
Option 1, and this is what most American retirees in Panama actually do. You keep your U.S. bank account open. Social Security deposits into your American account, exactly like it always has. Then you pull money down to Panama with your debit card or a transfer when you need it. Nothing about your direct deposit changes. The simplest setup is often the one where, on paper, almost nothing changes. Option 2, you have Social Security deposited straight into a Panamanian bank account. This is allowed. Panama is set up for it. The trade-off is that opening a local bank account in Panama takes paperwork and patience, so a lot of people keep a U.S. account for Social Security and open a Panama account later for day-to-day life.
There's no wrong answer here. The point is, the money flows. Whether it lands in a U.S. account or a Panama account, you get paid.
Part 3. The catch nobody mentions. Proof of life. Now here's the first thing you actually have to manage, and almost nobody talks about it until it bites them. When you have a foreign address on file with Social Security, they want to confirm periodically that you're still alive and still eligible. It's called the Proof of Life form. The form number is SSA 7162. Roughly every 2 years, they mail it to you. You fill it out, you send it back, and your payments keep rolling. Simple. Here's where people get burned. They move to Panama, they don't update their address, the form gets mailed to an old place, they never see it, they never return it, and Social Security suspends the payments. Not because anything's wrong, just because they couldn't confirm you. So 2 rules. 1, tell Social Security you've moved and give them your real address. 2, when that form shows up, fill it out and send it back. Don't let it sit. If you've moved and you need to deal with Social Security from Panama, you're not calling the local office on the corner. Americans in Panama are handled through the Federal Benefits Unit at the U.S. Embassy region, based out of Costa Rica, and you can reach them by email. Put that contact in your file before you need it, not after. Handle the address, handle the form, and this whole category of problem just disappears. Part 4. Taxes. Part 1. What Panama takes. Now, the question everyone really wants answered. Taxes. Does Panama tax my Social Security? No. And the reason is worth understanding, because it's one of the biggest reasons people retire here in the first place.
Panama runs what's called a territorial tax system. In plain English, Panama only taxes the money you earn inside Panama. Income that comes from outside the country, your U.S. Social Security, a U.S. pension, your investments back home, Panama doesn't touch it, doesn't tax it, doesn't even want a piece of it. And it's not just that it's untaxed in theory. You can have that money sent into a Panamanian bank account, and it's still not taxed by Panama. Foreign income stays foreign income in their eyes, even when sitting in a local account. So, on the Panama side of the ledger, your Social Security is tax-free. Zero. That's the clean answer.
But here's where I have to be straight with you, because this is where the forums lie by leaving things out. Panama not taxing you does not mean nobody taxes you.
You're still an American, and the United States taxes its citizens on their worldwide income, no matter where they live. Moving to Panama does not unplug you from the IRS. You still file a U.S. tax return every year. Even in years where you owe nothing, you still file. And your Social Security itself, it's taxed by the U.S. exactly the same way, whether you're in Panama or Pennsylvania. Same rules. Depending on your total income, up to 85% of your Social Security benefit can be subject to U.S. federal income tax. That doesn't mean they take 85%. It means up to 85% of the benefit counts as taxable income. Crossing the border doesn't change that math one way or the other.
So put the two halves together, because this is the real picture. Panama adds no tax on your Social Security. The U.S. taxes it the same as always. You don't get double taxed, and you don't get a magic tax cut either. Anyone telling you that moving to Panama makes your Social Security tax-free across the board is telling you half the story. Part 6. Your Social Security is also your ticket in. Here's a piece of good news that surprises people. Your Social Security check doesn't just survive the move. It can actually be the thing that qualifies you to stay.
Panama has a famous retiree visa, the pensionado. To qualify, you generally need to show a guaranteed lifetime pension of at least $1,000 a month, and Social Security counts. A U.S. Social Security benefit is exactly the kind of income that qualifies you for the pensionado program.
And the pensionado isn't just a residency stamp. It comes with a long list of discounts built into Panamanian law for retirees on things like medical bills, prescriptions, airfare, restaurants, and entertainment. So the same check that you were worried about losing can be the key that unlocks residency and a stack of discounts on top of it. The income you were afraid you'd lose is the income that gets you in the door.
Part 7. If you were a teacher, cop, or firefighter, listen up. Quick but important detour, because this changed recently and a lot of people haven't caught up. For decades, there were two rules, the windfall elimination provision and the government pension offset, that cut down Social Security for people who'd also earned a pension from a job that didn't pay into Social Security. Think of a lot of teachers, police officers, firefighters, and certain government workers. If that's you, you may have spent years being told your Social Security would be reduced. At the start of 2025, a law called the Social Security Fairness Act repealed both of those rules.
The reductions are gone. People affected by them have been getting higher monthly payments and back pay for the gap. Why does this matter for a Panama video? Because if you're sitting there doing the math on whether your Social Security is even enough to retire abroad and you are one of those workers, your number may be bigger now than the last time you checked.
Pull a fresh benefit estimate before you make any decisions. The old figure in your head might be out of date. In your favor.
Part 8. The expense nobody sees coming. Medicare.
Now, the one that actually catches people off guard. This isn't about your check. It's about your health coverage. Medicare does not follow you to Panama. Medicare, with very narrow exceptions, only covers you inside the United States. So the day you're getting care in a hospital in Panama City or David, your Medicare card does basically nothing. You can keep paying your Part B premium out of your Social Security, and some people do to keep the coverage alive for trips back to the States. But for your actual day-to-day healthcare in Panama, Medicare isn't paying. So what do people do? They pay out of pocket. And the good news is healthcare in Panama is dramatically cheaper than in the US, which is a whole video on its own. Or they buy private or international health insurance that actually works where they live. The mistake is assuming I'm on Medicare, I'm covered. In Panama, you're not. Plan for that before you go, not from a hospital waiting room. So let's bring it home. Can Americans keep Social Security in Panama? Yes. You keep the full payment. The government sends it. Panama doesn't tax it. And your check can even qualify you for residency. Just get 4 things right. Tell Social Security you moved. Send back that proof of life form when it comes. Remember, the U.S. still taxes your benefit the same as always. No double tax, no magic discount. And do not count on Medicare once you're down there.
Get those 4 right, and the question that stops most people before they start? It's just not the obstacle they thought it was. If this cleared things up, that's what this channel is for. The actual rules, not the forum rumors. I'll see you in the next one.